A top Russian defense analyst just made a bold claim that the Su-35 has achieved more air-to-air kills than any other modern fighter jet flying today. And in real combat, against Western jets like the F-16 and Mirage 2000, the numbers back him up. But does that make the Su-35 the most dominant fighter in the sky? That's where the story gets complicated. In Russia, there is a think tank whose director is Ruslan Pukhov. He has made a very big claim regarding the Su-35 aircraft. He said that among all the most modern fighter jets currently in the world, the aircraft that has gained the most real combat experience is this Su-35. And in air-to-air kills as well, among fourth-generation aircraft, or you can say among the most modern fighter jets flying in the world right now, the highest number of air-to-air kills has also been achieved by this Su-35. This is already a big claim, but he said something even bigger when he stated that this aircraft goes into the battlefield with first see and first strike advantage. And its radar, due to its long detection range, gives it this first see and first strike capability. Then he also talked about its air-to-air missiles, saying that its missiles can target enemy aircraft from hundreds of kilometers away. In this way, the Su-35 presents itself as a dominant fighter jet in any aerial engagement. Now this Su-35 fighter jet entered service with the Russian Air Force in 2014. It was developed based on the Su-27 aircraft from the 1980s. Basically, Russia had started a program called the Su-37 program. That program was later cancelled, but many things from it were incorporated into the Su-35. And in this way, the Su-35 was inducted into Russian inventory in 2014. Recently, a new batch of this aircraft has been handed over to the Russian aerospace forces. This is something from 1 or 2 days ago. Now Russians sometimes even call 2 aircraft a batch, so it's not clear how many aircraft were included, but definitely a new batch has been delivered. If we look at this aircraft's performance in the Ukraine war, it has been very good. This aircraft has faced Western fighter jets such as the F-16 and Mirage 2000, because both are now being used by Ukrainian forces. So in real war conditions, the Su-35 has performed. But it has some limitations, which Russians will obviously not tell, but we can estimate them. The biggest thing is that it is a non-stealth aircraft. Its radar cross-section, compared to other Sukhoi aircraft, is quite large. These flanker family jets are very big, twin-engine aircraft. Having 2 engines is not a flaw, it has advantages, but these flanker jets come with a large radar cross-section. Compared to modern 5th-generation fighter jets like the F-35, China's J-20, or J-35, whose radar cross-section is designed to be very small, these flanker jets can be detected from far away. So the claim of first see and first strike becomes questionable when you bring the Su-35 against a 5th-generation aircraft. Detecting and tracking a 5th-generation aircraft at long range is not easy, so saying you will see first or strike first is doubtful. The second questionable thing is Russia's long-range air-to-air missiles. I don't think Russian missiles have reached the level where they can compete with American AMRAAM missiles or Chinese PL-series missiles. Their range is comparatively less. Another thing is the radar of the Su-35. Yes, it is powerful, but it is based on older technology, a passive electronically scanned array (PESA) radar. Whereas modern fighter jets now use active electronically scanned array (ASA) radars. China's J-16, which has an AESA radar, is said to be about 20% stronger than the Su-35 in detection range. It can detect targets farther, and its radar is also harder to jam. Chinese and American radars use gallium nitride technology, while the Su-35 does not. As a result, the Su-35 becomes easier to detect, and its electronic warfare capability is not as advanced as modern AESA-equipped fighters. Before the breakup of the Soviet Union, the Mikoyan and Gurevich Company, MiG, was working on a project called MiG 1.42. It is said to have been a 5th-generation program, but after the Soviet collapse, it was cancelled due to lack of funds. Later, Russia started working on the Su-57, especially after it became known that the Americans were working on their advanced tactical fighter program, which eventually led to the F-22. So while Russia had the MiG 1.42, it got cancelled, MiG declined, and the focus shifted to Sukhoi, which developed the Su-57. Now it's not like the Su-35 is a bad aircraft. If you look at its flight envelope, it is excellent. Its maneuverability is very strong. It can carry long-range weapons and a large number of weapons. All of this has been proven in the Ukraine war. But its biggest weakness is its non-stealth design and large radar cross-section. Another weakness is its outdated radar technology. Compared to modern fifth-generation jets, its electronic warfare systems, avionics, and components are not as advanced. The Su-35 is a proven combat jet. But calling it the most dominant fighter in the sky? That title still belongs to whoever fields stealth first.